short breaths, heartbeats numbered, no ropes nor chains, but still encumbered. When I first started this project, I was angry. I felt so limited. I was disenchanted with the very concept of art, but particularly with this assignment. I began already knowing I was going to hate it. I had built up my arguments as to why this was a pointless exercise and a waste of my time. My plan was to steamroll through the entire thing, just the drive of my stubbornness pushing me on, and just knock it back like cough mixture, quick as you can, something that just had to be done. I can now say that a series I plan to spend less than a few hours on has consumed several days. It hasn't been anger or stubbornness spurring me on, but rather passion and excitement. Halfway through my first piece, it had me converted. I could already see the development of unique marks and paint textures. Nothing got me more excited. I was reminded of the joy I find when I allow myself to make art simply for the sake of making it, out of pure pleasure in the creation of something, regardless of its finished aesthetic. Though I haven't used paint in several months, the first pieces soon had me remembering my love of the medium itself, rather than the works it creates. I began the project with just 2 little wind-up toys, cheap, breakable, throwaway. These simple toys that had never been intended for the creation of art were soon working on art pieces on a massive scale. I created series upon series of A3 and A2 large-scale paperworks. Once I had begun, I couldn't help but experiment further. Not only did I attach several cotton buds to each of the devices, I began ripping and pulling at the cotton buds, experimenting with even the way the paint was applied to the canvas or to the cotton bud themselves. The more I let go of this need for a perfect, finished artwork, the more I felt comfortable experimenting and playing with the mediums themselves. I let go of more and more control over both the medium and the creation of the artwork through the use of different machines and materials. Each series had less of my input and had more of a free feeling. Each piece showed my process of letting go and appreciating what came of it. The more I released control over the works themselves and over my own perfectionistic tendencies, the more I enjoyed the creation, the more I enjoyed the process, and the more I could embrace postmodernist ideology. So I named the works in spirit of this, with a touch of irony and humour. These works don't take themselves too seriously, and I couldn't take myself too seriously while I made them. And maybe that was an important lesson for me to learn, that not every piece I make has to challenge society. Maybe some can just challenge myself, can just challenge my own feelings, and can just challenge my own views on art, perfectionism, and aesthetic. When we're young, we're happy to create things simply for the sake of creating. They have no greater purpose, no need for perfection, they just need to exist. our feelings and impulses recorded in canvas, ink, pencil. We feel a need to mark something, to express ourselves. I think it's important to remember what that childlike quality was like, what it felt like simply to make something, to make it for the sake of making it, just to express yourself. I close with two pieces of writing that best sum up this project for me: paper and for the sake of things. Thank you for watching. White paper, empty, plain, waiting for ink, pressure and pain. Scraps and serviettes, rentings, painting or prose, secreted away, feelings as they arose. I want to feel lost, without anyone trying to sell me a compass to wander gloriously, without anyone pointing directions or pointing fingers, because I don't know if they're pointing at me, and if they are, am I a warning or am I the answer? I don't know which, but I just want to live the question. I want to feel sad without anyone trying to find a solution, to wear not my heart on my sleeve, but my feelings on my face. Coursing down my cheeks, I want to feel lonely, and not have a squatter try to climb into my skin to try and comfort me. For another body is not another soul, and another mind will not fill all the empty hollows in my head. I want to feel happy, and not to be told that today is not a good enough day for that, that our world is not a good enough place for that, to feel joy, to sing in the corridor, dance in the kitchen, punch the air simply because the muffins rose or the rain fell. I want to feel angry, as if liquid fire replaces my very thoughts, and have no one tell me to calm down, scream into a pillow, put my fist through a wall as an army marches through my limbs, filled with self-righteous rage, turn the music up louder than my thoughts, write poetry. Sometimes I want to be alone. Feel rivers flowing under the web of my skin, the yearning of the moon for the tide of my very soul. One set of footprints through the streets of life without being asked if I need a mob. Most times I need a mob like I need a stone in my shoe or a speck in my eye. I want to feel disappointed. A spider who tried to climb the Eiffel Tower built a silver web in honour of beauty that was swept away. To feel crushed, without being rebuilt by a flurry of feather-light compliments. I want to feel strong, without anyone testing my foundation, to feel empowered, hardened, diamond-forged from pressure and muck, a great temple rebuilt on barren stone. I want to feel determined, persistent, as the river that wears away at the land as it is ever turned away, to enjoy my stubbornness, the oyster that turns her sand to pearls, her troubles into strengths, her flaws into beauty. Sometimes I just want to do things for the sake of things. I want to feel for the sake of feeling. Sometimes I just want to paint for the sake of painting.